If you are using Windows 10 or Windows 11, there is a high likelihood that at some point you will encounter issues such as errors during system boot, the infamous blue screen of death, or complete system crash. Many users in these situations typically decide to completely wipe the system and start over. However, if you have important data on your computer or are in the middle of a project and cannot afford the luxury of starting from scratch, there is a solution you can try. Hiren's BootP is a tool designed for recovering and repairing the Windows operating system. It runs from a USB device and contains a collection of various programs that can help you diagnose the problem and potentially resolve it. For those who have heard of Hiren's boot, which was previously known for using illegal software, it is important to emphasize that Hiren's BootP exclusively use free software or trial versions. When you visit the official website, the link will be in the video description, and click the download button, you will receive a list of all the programs included in Hiren's BootP that are grouped into several categories such as data recovery tools, hard disk diagnostics and recovery, antivirus, security, networking, and more. Below the list of programs, on the bottom of the page, you will find the ISO file that you can download with a single click on the link. After downloading the file, you will need a USB device to which we will write the program. We will use Rufus to create a live USB disk for recovering the Windows operating system. When you select the ISO file you previously downloaded, the GPT option will be selected by default in the partition scheme. If you are using a newer computer, you can leave the GPT option checked, but if you are using an older computer, click the drop-down menu and select the MBR option. When you click the Start button, you will receive a notification that a USB disk will be formatted, meaning it will be completely erased. Click OK to confirm and wait for the process of creating the live USB disk to finish. Restart your computer and select the newly created USB disk from the boot menu. When the live disk starts, you will see an environment similar to Windows 10. As you may notice, Google Chrome and Firefox are installed, which you can use to access the internet. If you encounter any problems or uncertainties, you can search for solution online using one of these two web browsers. You can access the applications included in Hiren's BootP from the main menu by clicking the Start and then All Programs. You will see all the groups or folders in which the programs are organized. You can also access the programs by clicking the Utilities folder located on the desktop. When you open this folder, you will see the same groups or folders that you have in the Start menu, so let's go through some of the options available to you. For example, when you click on Hard Disk Tools, you will see the subgroups within this segment. The first folder is Data Recovery. If you have data you want to recover, you can use one of these programs, such as PhotoRec and Recuva, which are free and open source tools commonly used for this purpose. If you suspect that the problem with Windows is a result of an error on the hard drive, you can use diagnostic tools such as Hard Disk Scan or Test Disk. In the Imaging folder, you will find the programs for creating backups. If you want to make certain changes but are unsure if they will yield the desired results, you can create a backup to have the option to revert everything to its original state. Additionally, in the Partition tools, you have the programs that allows you to manipulate partitions on the hard drive, meaning you can delete existing ones, create new ones, or modify existing partitions according to your needs. In the security segment, there are 3 programs, including Eraser, which is used for data deletion. You can use this tool if you have a specific file or folder infected with a virus that you could not delete directly from Windows. By using this tool, you can completely erase the file or folder. You can also format the entire disk using the hard drive low-level format tool, and there is a VeraCrypt, which you can use for disk encryption or decryption. This can be very useful if you have used this program to encrypt the entire disk or have encrypted folders whose contents you want to recover. In the network folder, you will find tools for network configuration, web browsers, and the AnyDesk program, which is used for remote connecting between 2 computers. This can be useful if you need assistance from a friend, meaning if you have someone who can help you troubleshoot by directly connecting to your computer and performing diagnostics. In other tools, there are secondary programs that are not related to diagnostics and troubleshooting, but serve to enable normal operation in this live recovery mode, such as programs for video, PDF, images, 7-zip, and so on. In the Removable Drive Tools folder, you will find 3 programs designed for creating USB disks. If your operating system cannot be repaired, you can download a Windows ISO file from the internet and use one of these 3 programs to create a Windows USB disk for reinstalling the operating system. As you may have noticed, Rufus is also included here, which we used earlier in the video to create the bootable live USB disk. In the security folder, there are 3 subfolders, including antivirus programs that you can use to scan your computer for viruses and malware. While neither of these programs would be my first choice for analyzing potential threats, using them can provide an initial indication of whether you have infected files on your computer. In the Passwords folder, you will find programs that can help you reset your Windows password if you forget it. It is important to note that this method will only work if the disk containing Windows is not encrypted, meaning if you have not used BitLocker. If by chance you have encrypted the disk using VeraCrypt, you can first decrypt it, as VeraCrypt is included in Hirens BootP, and then reset your Windows password. In the System Tools folder, you will find applications such as PowerShell and Command Prompt, which you can use to execute commands aimed at recovering Windows, as well as other similar Windows tools. In the Windows Recovery folder, there is a program called Lazesoft Windows Recovery. When this program is launched, you will see all available options such as boot crash solution, one-click fix, boot crash, recovery disk, repair tools, and more. It is recommended to always back up all important data, primarily images, videos, documents, and similar files, before starting the repair and recovery process for your Windows operating system. Thanks to everyone who took the time to watch this video. I hope you find it useful or at least informative.